Hello, good afternoon, our viewers all over the world. Welcome to our weekly program known as Know Your Budget. This program is always brought to you every Monday by 3 p.m. Nigerian time and is powered by Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. Today, we will be talking about state government, the inability of the government not being able to pay pensions, but they are busy borrowing from our pension boards. The pension board has money to pay the pensioners, but why are they keeping the money and borrowing it out to the government? That we think may even be the case to pay back. So please tidy up your seatbelts as we drive through this topic today. Okay. So the question is, the federal government have enough, the pension board have enough money that is running into trillions of naira, but they are not being able to pay pensioners. Some pensioners said the state government is owing them since 2012 up to date. Over 10 years, state government is owing the government is owing some pensioners that have retired since 2012. Why is the pension board keeping the money that is meant for pensioners that have worked for 35 years? This money is not as if it's a money that is kept aside outside their salaries to be paid to them. These are actually monies that are deducted from their hard work, from their salaries, to be keeping gradually so that at the end of their retirement, they will be paid in form of gratuity and pensions. But at the end of the retirement, after someone must have worked for 35 years, and then you retire over 10 years, some 5 years, some have died and left this money. So what could be the problem? Please, as the program progresses, feel free to send in your input. What do you think is the problem? The pension board have money. Why are they not paying pensioners? They are rather borrowing out this money to the government. Okay, so please send in your inputs. Let us look into them as the program progresses. Meanwhile, let's take a short break. When we return back, we continue from where we stop. Thank you.
This is a community called Lara Community in Moro Local Government area of Kwara State, Nigeria. This is their source of water supply. They drink from the pond like drinking from the gutter. They drink from the same pond with goats, with cattle, and with dogs. They take the water home to take their bath, to cook, and to drink. Sometimes they put alum before they could drink. Is this permissible in the 21st century? These people need our help. Please, the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria is calling on you to join us to drill a water borehole for these people. Let us do this. It is possible. This must not be allowed to continue. No. No. No.
People of Arodo who are suffering from the water supply. Arodo area, local government area in Kwara State, if we may make our research, is actually have some House of Assembly representing those constituencies, as well as senators representing those geopolitical zones. And of course, they have governors. They have Senate, they have a president. But look at the water they are drinking from. It's on this note that the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria looked into it, that there's need for us to call on the general public to support the people of Arodo to dig out a borehole that will ease their means of water supply. And there's an account number provided here. You can send in your donations and your support so that people of Arodo can return back to life as their suffers have increased. Thank you very much. Welcome back again. So we are talking about pension. In 2019, the federal government borrowed about 2.something trillion naira from the pension board. Why will the pension board keep monies that Nigerians have worked for 35 years and they've retired. The monies that are deducted from their salaries, they are legit hard-earned money they've worked for. These monies are deducted from their salaries and kept in form of retirement, do I call it retirement benefits? Yes. And then the pension board will be keeping this money when the civil servants now resigned. As a pension code is supposed to be generated when a civil servant is in the service. And then when you retire, this is something that is supposed to take less than 6 months for you to get your gratuity. And then your pension should start flowing in immediately. But we've seen situations where pensioners retired, and it will be at that point they go back to the pension board. Pension board will now be running hater-skater to try and generate their pension code. Why must it be like this? Because people working in the pension board, that is their duty to be doing. That is what they ought to be doing before a civil servant retired. At the end of the day, they run up and down, generate the pension code. It will take them like 3-4 years to now get maybe half of the gratuity. Even when they are giving out this money, they will be like, manage this money well. Manage this money well, because they know that maybe in the next 5-6 years, you are not going to see half of the gratuity. Now, pension. Your pension is supposed to start flowing in immediately after you get your gratuity. That is where the whole thing will now hooked up. 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Some pensioners have died of high BP. Some pensioners survive on drugs. If they don't have money to buy drugs, some are diabetic patients, some are cancer patients. Many people retire with one illness or the other, which they are hoping that their pension money will save them. Their pension money will send their children to school. Their pension money will put food on their table. Their pension money will help them go a long way. But upon retiring, no kobo, no kobo. Like in our state here, it was alleged that the local government pensioners are being owed by the state government over 5 years, right? And then the state government, the state pensioners are being owed over 23 months. Okay, so why are you owing them this money? It was their money they worked for. This money was deducted from their salary and kept aside for them to be paid at the end of their service. So why are you holding this money? And what is so painful is that at the end of the day, the pension board lent out this money to government. You could imagine in 2019, there was 2.something trillion naira lent out to federal government. It sounds so surprising, right? It was lent out to federal government. The state government, the federal government is even still planning in this 2020 where we did so. Federal government is still planning to borrow another $1.6 million from the pension board. Where have we gone wrong? We see pensioners going out to demonstrate, call out on the government to pay out their salaries, their pension arrears. That is the situation where you see security personnel will be sent to go and throw tear gas at the poor pensioners. Legit money they've worked for. The money they are simply demanding that the government should give them what belongs to them. They are not asking the government to like source money and come and pay us pension. They are asking the government to pay them what belongs to them. They will be thrown tear gas at. Some will die at the protest ground. We have instances where we've read on different newspaper, a Vanguard newspaper, that in Southwest states, some Southwest states are owing pensioners over 10 years. 10 years. And sometimes, even if they want to pay, they reduce and pay to some persons and pay others will not receive the money. We've also have instances where one state and in Kogi have failed to pay salary for some months. Our point here is this: the pension the poor pensioners are asking you for, the area, the gratuities they are asking you to pay them off, it is not your money. They are not asking you to go and borrow money somewhere or source money somewhere and come and pay them. These monies are monies that the state, the civil servants, these people have legitimately worked for 35 years. Okay, if ordinarily you are supposed to be paid 70 something thousand, let's say 75,000 at grade level 7 or grade level 6, then maybe you are receiving 65, then the balance is kept for you in the pension board, so that at the end of your service each month, about 15 to 20,000 or less than is kept in the pension board for you. At the end of the whole service, you are supposed to be calculated and be paid. How much have they deducted from your this thing? How much is your gratuity? How much is your pension? They pay you the gratuity as well as start paying you your pension immediately. Pension board now is a country on its own, a big country that is now lending money out to the federal government, trillions of naira, billions of dollars. Where have we gone wrong? Pensioners are dying. We are using this opportunity to call on the federal government and the state government, those that are in position, to pay off the pension arrears to the poor pensioners. These people are dying. These people have sickness they need to treat. Pensioners have sickness they need to treat. They have children they need to pay school fees. They have food they need to buy. Look at the current rate of sale of food in the market. You cannot buy ugu of 50 naira. It starts from 100 naira. You cannot buy a mudu of gari less than 1,000 naira. Okay? You cannot buy oil, ordinary red oil and the groundnut oil. A liter of power oil now is 1,700. That chickly thing, a pensioner, they have worked for 30-something years, should have a children, at least five, 6, 7 children as an African man. Then he have school fees to pay for this to the children. He have food to feed these children. And you are owing their money, using it to give out to federal government to go and share it and eat it. And of course, that's what they do. They share and eat. Okay? Please, we are calling on the federal government, the state government, governors, whosoever is in the position of the pensioners' salary monies, pay it off to them. They are dying. Some of them survive on drugs. Some of them have cancer. Some of them have diabetes. Some of them have hepatitis. They survived on drugs. Without money, they will die, and they have been dying. When they go out to demonstrate, you come and throw tear gas at them, complicating their issues, adding up to the problem they have on ground. When you have a one-on-one conversation with pensioners, you will just shed tears. And the worst of it is that the money is there. This money is in the pension board. You can imagine the federal government trying about borrowing 10 trillion from the pension board. So the pensioners, the money they have worked for, you gathered it and go and keep in the pension board, so that at the end of the day, you lend it out to people that can go and share and eat. When a poor pensioner is somewhere crying for 30,000, 30,000 cannot even be enough for him to buy even a bag of rice. 30,000 minimum wage. 30,000. Just imagine. Where have we gone wrong? We are still pleading and calling on the government, whosoever is in position to pay off the pensioners' gratuities and pensions. Please do so, because these people are dying. Do so. So I think we don't have, let me check here. We have a comment. Edith say, greetings from Era Mama. Edith, good afternoon to you, man. Yes, I have some, I will have to close up this program now. Please, before I go, one more thing. The pension board is for pensioners. The money kept in the pension boards are pensioners' money. It is their legit money. They have worked for 35 years. So they are not asking you to go and borrow money or beg money somewhere to come and pay them. They are simply asking you, pay us off what we have saved somewhere. It's money they have saved, pending when they will retire. And stop borrowing up monies that are meant for poor pensioners to the government to go and share. Please, we begged you, stop borrowing out money. How would the pension board be borrowing out 10 trillion, 2-point-something trillion, $1.6 billion out to the state government when the pensioners are dying? How is this possible? We plead with you, whosoever is in position, do something quickly. These people are dying. So please keep on watching up for our programs. With me and you, we can change something. If you cannot be us, join us. Always every Monday by 3 p.m. It's a time we talked about the Nigerian budgetary system. Know your budget. Where are we going wrong? Where do we need to correct? Always come out to watch out for this program, as I will leave you at this moment. Meanwhile, before you go, whosoever is watching this program and is in position to pay off arrears pensions that are meant for pensioners, please do so. Thank you for watching.